guidelines was detrimental to the interest of states and local governments?
No, it's not. It's only detrimental to the interest of the governors. It is totally, for the protection of the interests of Nigerians. One basic thing we must understand about governance is that the closer the government is to the people, the better. This is going to, it's going to aid that to a large extent. It's going to ensure that, look, the way the governors allocate resources, allocate funds that's meant for the local government is being looked at. It's going to bring about some checks. That's why I said earlier that I'm not really a big fan of the governors forum, because these are things that they do, these are things that they spend the time doing, protecting their own interests, usually at the detriment of the interests of Nigerians. How can you say that a guideline that seeks to
going down to how much they have in terms of manipulating or utilizing the funds they're expected for the local governments, really?
Absolutely.
Well, thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Daniel Odupe, and hopefully you have a good morning and the rest of the day is not as wet as we've had so far. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And when we come back after this short break, we'll be talking about sports update.
Welcome to The Advocate, a program.
And there is nobody countering them. It becomes, the news.
The Nigerian railway system, taking a look from how it all began to where we are now.
We're so much happy with President. You can see the level of construction works ongoing. You can see the mammoth crowd.
Glad to have you back, and we are still within our breakfast time right here on Off the Press, and it's time to talk some sports news updates with our sports correspondent. Hi, Samson.
Yeah, good morning.
Now, let's go into the headlines from Complete Sports newspaper, starting off with the Russian roulette. Abramovich has blown nearly £100 million on paying off tax. Paying off Arts managers, and Man City values Sane at £171 million as well. Mourinho rules out Juve, and another one here, Osimhen on fire for AFCON, takes Tali to 18 with Braze 2-1 away win, and now Nigeria's top goal scorer in European leagues. And Eriksen to join Madrid after UCL final, and Aubameyang make it CS final United offer. But quickly, Samson, let's start off with Abramovich blowing nearly what's his name?
£100 million.
£100 million.
It shows you the ruthless streak he has in terms of firing managers. Most times when managers sign contracts, there are various clauses attached to this contract, in terms of some sort of payoff, gratuity, whatever you want to call it. The contracts are usually for long durations, probably 6 years, 4 years, and within 2 years, the coach gets axed. So the remaining 2 years on the contract, it has to be paid off. It has to be compensated. So what you have most times is, if results are not going the way he wants, that's Abramovich, he tends to fire the coaches and probably parts away with £9 or £10 million as payoff to those coaches. Now, considering the number of coaches is sacked ever since he took charge of Chelsea in 2003, it's staggering, of £171 million job.
Okay. Let's talk about De Gea also rejecting the final United offer as well.
Well, it's sad, for United.
But not necessarily a surprise.
But not necessarily a surprise. He's holding on for £400,000 a week. And that's double of what he's currently earning. And you really can't blame him. If a player like Alexis Sanchez has been earning that amount over the last 18 months and has performed so woefully, how much more United's best player over over the last 7 years, he's been their best player 6 times. I think he deserves it, but I think United are also going back to a sort of structure that we saw under Ferguson, whereby players are curbed of the power to really pull out deal and force the clubs to yield to their own wants or demands, as it were. So if he leaves, I don't think United will suffer